How are you paying for school? Getting a job? Getting a loan? Scholarships? Bursaries? OSAP? Hang on, this just in. Due to the current COVID-19 situation, the government has opened new and different possibilities that you may want to consider coming up. Welcome back to another episode of York 101 News. I'm Fiona, your host, and today we're going to go into all things finance. But before we get into it, follow us on all of our platforms. That's at StudentLifeYU on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. To stay up to date with more information, a place to ask questions, and to be notified when episodes like this come out. But before we get started, this doesn't seem right.
That's better. Now that you've started university, you might want to consider paying your tuition. Today, we're going to show you the different possibilities of how you can grab hold of your finances before you start classes. We're going to be digging into our archives to see a quick video on some ways to receive funding, such as OSAP, scholarships, and work-study positions. Here, we have Cabby and Elise, your YU Start student coordinators, on a quick video of how you can receive bank on your tuition. Let's roll the clip.
So number one, for our domestic students in the house, OSAP is key. So OSAP stands for the Ontario Students Assistance Program, and it's a way for the government to help students who are Canadian citizens pay for their tuition.
So OSAP actually has two types of financial funding, grants and loans. Grants are monetary amounts that you don't have to pay back. It's essentially free money. But loans are a little bit of a different story. For loans, you're borrowing money from the government, and you must pay this back after you graduate.
But be careful, loans can accumulate interest.
Right. But if you think you don't need the loans, that's cool too. All you gotta do is indicate that you only want to receive grants on your yearly OSAP application.
In order to apply for OSAP, you'll need to head on over to the OSAP website. We'll leave that in the description box. Start a new application for every term that you'll be starting, and be sure to follow the steps. And make sure you submit your application before the recommended deadline of June 30th to make sure you get your funds in time for class.
Number 2, complete the Student Financial Profile, also known as the SFP, to apply for York's many scholarships and bursaries.
So scholarships and bursaries are also like grants. They're free money given from the university for those students who are in financial need or with good academic standing.
After you're registered as a York student, all you need to do to apply for scholarships and bursaries is head to the SFP application link, which will link down in the description below. After that, all you gotta do is wait, and maybe you'll get some free money.
Number 3, get an on-campus job or work-study position. We know a lot about that, don't we, Elise?
We do. So while there's so many great jobs out there, on-campus jobs are especially awesome because employers are very understanding towards the fact that you're a student. So this means employers are way more flexible and adaptable to planning work around your school schedule.
Just like us, as work-study positions. All you have to do to be eligible for a work-study position is to fill out your student financial profile, like we mentioned in tip number 2. Most of these positions will be on the Career Center website. We'll leave that in the description box as well.
Now that it's looking like most of our first semester may be online, some employers are becoming more flexible with work and at-home procedures. However, there still may be some changes regarding the amount of on-campus jobs available. Our tip is to visit Career Center's website, where they continuously update available job opportunities. Go check out careers.york.ca or find the link in the description box below. Now passing it off to Sebastian with CERB and CESB and how you can apply. Sebastian?
Thank you, Fiona. There are 2 emergency response benefits for the COVID-19 crisis that you may want to know about. CERB, or CERB, how I call it, stands for the Canadian Emergency Response Benefit. CERB provides financial support for anyone who's lost their job during the last year due to COVID-19. Well, not only that, there's a bunch of requirements that you need to be eligible. If you're eligible, you'll be able to get a monthly payment until the end of August. You can find out your eligibility or how to apply in the caption or description below. So what do you do if you're not eligible for CERB? Well, you consider CESP, which is the Canadian Emergency Student Benefit. If you were planning to work over the summer but weren't able to because of COVID-19, then CESP is for you. So, who's eligible for CESP? It's available for all post-secondary students. You just have to apply until the end of August. It's even for people who just graduated high school. If you're interested in applying, we'll leave the link in the caption or description box below. Now remember, if you're applying to both OSAP and the emergency benefits, your CERB or CESP funds should be reported as study period income on your OSAP application. Now back to Fiona in the studio. Fiona?
Thanks, Sebi. Want to stay up to date with all things York? Follow at Student Life YU on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell to be notified for more videos like this. We hope these tips helped you get banked for your tuition. And if you have any other questions or just financial worry, let us know down below. We will see you next week with more financial tips and how to pay. This was Fiona reporting to you. Thank you for tuning in to York 101 News. Stay in the know lines, and we'll see you next Tuesday.